Today we are looking at how hormones disrupting chemicals may be affecting our health. Get this, girls exposed before birth to chemicals found in some personal care products may enter puberty earlier. That's according to research published in the Journal of Human Reproduction and funded by the U.S. National Institute of Environment Health Sciences. Scientists say some chemicals found in daily personal care products like soap or toothpaste are endocrine disruptors known or suspected to alter the way hormones work inside our body in reproduction, metabolism, and other important processes. They include phthalates, often found in scented products like perfumes and shampoos, parabens used as preservatives in cosmetics, and phenols such as triclosan added to some toothpastes. The results were drawn from data collected by the Long-Term Center for the Health Assessment of Mothers and Children of Salinas Chamacos study. Chamacos has followed mothers and their children in California's Salinas Valley from pre-birth to adolescence to document how environmental exposures early in life may affect childhood development. Today we reached out to the American Chemistry Council, who issued a statement saying in part, quote, "Our industry takes new scientific findings involving the safety of our products seriously and weighs those findings alongside existing evidence." As Professor Dr. John Ioannidis of Stanford University noted in his seminal paper, the majority of published epidemiology studies, particularly the first few of a given topic, are later proved wrong. The authors of this study similarly acknowledge several limitations and urge caution about how their findings are interpreted. The Personal Care Products Council notes diethyl phthalate, the only phthalate with significant usage in cosmetics, has been well studied and concluded to be safe for use in cosmetics by authorities throughout the world, end quote. Now, Dr. Leonardo Trasande is an associate professor in pediatrics, environmental medicine, and population health at New York University. He is also author of the book Sicker, Fatter, Poorer: The Urgent Threat of Hormone-Disrupting Chemicals to Our Health and Future, and What Can Be Done About It. I sat with Dr. Trasande to talk about some of the hormone-disrupting chemicals and how to avoid them. Take a look.
So hormones are signaling molecules for so many bodily functions. They make sure we maintain a healthy body temperature, maintain good metabolism, and they're crucial for all the bodily functions like salt, sugar, and even sex. And synthetic chemicals disrupt hormones by scrambling the signals and thereby contributing to disease and disability. We haven't tested the entirety of synthetic chemicals for their effects on hormonal functions, but we know of at least 1,000 synthetic chemicals that can disrupt hormones and thereby contribute to disease. The science is strongest in particular for 4 categories of chemicals: the phthalates that are used in personal care products, cosmetics, and food packaging; bisphenols that are used in aluminum can linings and thermal paper receipts; pesticides, which are used in agriculture; and brominated flame retardants, which are used in electronics, carpeting, and even furniture.
So let's break it out one at a time. Talk to us about the phthalate and how it is used and affects us.
Yes. So phthalates are used in a variety of ways. They're used to make plastics softer. They're used to make certain cosmetics stick to the skin better, and they're also used to help with the added scent. But the reality is that these chemicals also are similar in structure to testosterone, and in particular affect male sex hormone function in a variety of ways. And what little we know about phthalates is that they are associated with decreases in sperm count among adult men. In addition, it's recognized that testosterone is crucial for potency and libido, and so far as chemicals affect testosterone, they are likely to contribute to impotence, which we know affects 40% of men above the age of 40. In addition, it's not just the lifestyle matter we're talking about. We're literally talking in some cases about a life and death matter, because literally we know that testosterone is important as a marker for predicting coronary heart disease or even stroke among adult men. It's been associated consistently now with this major morbidity.
How do you avoid phthalate if they're so commonly used in products?
Fortunately, there are safe and simple steps we all can take to limit phthalate exposure. Looking at the recycling number on plastic containers is important. The numbers 3, 6, and 7 are the ones to avoid across the board. 3 is for phthalates, which we talked about, inhibit sex hormone function. They also are known to disrupt metabolism, shifting calories into fat or sugar when they're intended to be shifted into muscle. So insofar as we know, these chemicals also contribute to obesity and diabetes. The number 6 is for styrene, which is a known carcinogen, and 7 is a category of bisphenols, chemicals that are known synthetic estrogens and may also be contributing to obesity.
Let's go more in depth about bisphenol.
Yes.
You mentioned it earlier. Talk to us about that.
So the science over the past 2 decades has increasingly made us recognize that chemicals can literally make us fatter. So the prototype chemical is bisphenol A, or BPA, received a lot of attention in the news about a decade ago because it was banned from baby bottles and sippy cups. It's used mostly to make plastic hard. And the reality is that BPA has all of the molecular characteristics that make it an obesogen. It makes fat cells bigger, it disrupts the function of a protein that protects the heart called adiponectin, and it's a synthetic estrogen, so during puberty especially it can have sex-specific effects on body mass.
How do you first identify it and then avoid it?
Well, right now there are 2 major uses of bisphenols. One is in thermal paper receipts. It gives that characteristic shiny surface that is used to burn in print as opposed to the old school typewriter that's used to print receipts. And it's also used to prevent corrosion in aluminum cans. Now, bisphenol A doesn't discriminate by the type of can, whether it's soda, beer, vegetables, or fruit, or even tuna. And there's been a lot of attention to BPA-free. We've seen that on a lot of cans. The reality, though, is BPA is increasingly being replaced by chemicals like BPS, BPF. These are all bisphenols that have structures that are quite similar. In fact, there are about 40 of them on the market now. What little we know about BPS is that it's as estrogenic, as disruptive to function of embryos, and even more persistent in the environment. So it may even be a serious, regrettable substitute. We call this problem chemical whack-a-mole, where one chemical is moved aside because of health concerns, and it's replaced with a chemical cousin, if you will, that has similar, if not worse, side effects.
So the alternative will be?
The alternative, fortunately, is not to use canned foods at all and to say no to that thermal paper receipt.
Furthermore, Dr. Trasande says to avoid microwaving food in plastic container. We'll have more on hormone disrupting chemicals with Dr. Trasande next time.